Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Raising Arizona by the Coen Brothers starring Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter. As you guys already know, I'm a big fan of the Coen Brothers' work and I have watched more than a few of their films including No Country for Old Men, A Serious Man, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, and two of their films on the channel that I reviewed. I think there were Fargo and The Big Lebowski. Both were fantastic, and I'll leave a link up there somewhere if you do want to check them out. About Raising Arizona, I know that this is one of their earliest films. I believe it's their second movie. Later Coen Brothers films, they have a very distinctive style, almost a surrealist, absurdist humor. That's hard to replicate, but something that's instantly recognizable. I don't know what to expect from Raising Arizona plot-wise, but I do want to find out the origins of this very unique style, if that makes any sense. I've been told that it's a comedy of sorts, which isn't surprising, I guess. But seeing Nick Cage early in his career, I bet that'll be really, really fun. Speaking of Cage, I recently watched Con Air on the channel. I had a good time with that movie too. It's now on my guilty pleasure list alongside Independence Day because it's so bad it's good. I really enjoyed it. Anyways, guys, I'm getting sidetracked, off track. Before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a Patreon page for full-length reviews and reactions to this movie and over 210 movies, 2 TV shows, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for its notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video, feel free to dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Raising Arizona, Coen Brothers, Cage, Hunter. Let's go.
My name is H.I. McDonough. Call me Hi.
Haha, H.I. McDonough.
The first time I met Ed was in the county lockup in Tempe, Arizona.
He has a southern accent in here too.
You're a flower, you are. Just a little desert flower. Let me know how those come out.
He's flirting with her.
Have you learned anything, Hi?
Yes, sir, you bet.
You wouldn't lie to us, would you?
Oh, it's a parole hearing.
I tried to stand up and fly straight, but it wasn't easy with that sumbitch Reagan in the White House.
Reagan and his war on drugs.
What's the matter, Ed?
My finance left me.
Fiance.
I think he's a damn fool, Ed.
Most men your age, High, are getting married and raising up a family.
Well, factually,
They wouldn't accept prison as a substitute.
And seeing as how you never use live ammo, we got no choice but to return you to society.
These doors gonna swing wide.
I kind of like this parole board.
I don't know how you come down on the incarceration question, whether it's for rehabilitation
Hey,
or revenge.
he's at it again.
Show the tattoo.
And he's caught again.
Don't worry, I paid for it.
Did they just get engaged?
You're not just telling us what we want to hear.
No, sir, no way.
Of course not.
I do.
You bet I do.
And they're married.
And I got a job drilling holes in sheet metal.
He's going legit, but I bet that won't last long.
These were the happy days, and Ed felt that having a critter was the next logical
I
step.
want a child.
And every day we kept a child out of the world was a day he might later regret having missed.
That's a fair point, if you ask me. I mean, they both have pretty unusual names, right? Hi and Ed.
I'm barren.
At first I didn't believe it.
Oh, man.
It was inconsolable.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I don't understand why the doctor's smiling, though.
But biology,
Not with that rep sheet. Oh, man, they can't even adopt.
our love for each other was stronger than ever. Even my job seemed as dry and bitter as a hot prairie wind.
Even as we're getting this really sad news, the music in the background, that was very upbeat.
The Arizona Quince was born. Florence had been taking fertility pills, and she and Nathan had hit the jackpot. But we thought it was unfair that some should have so many while others should have so few.
They're going to plan to kidnap one of the kids. Ah, Raising Arizona. Nick Cage, Holly Hunter. I'm not too familiar with Holly Hunter's work. Oh, Frances McDormand. she turned out to be a frequent collaborator with the Coen Brothers.
800 leaf tables and no chairs.
Harry, Barry, Larry, Gary, and Nathan Jr. Combo breaker. I mean, I don't think we're supposed to take this movie literally or very seriously.
I'm sorry, honey. It just didn't work out.
What do you mean it didn't work out? You go right back up there and get me a toddler. I need a baby high. They got more than they can handle.
Oh, they're not leaving till they get one. I have to admit, Nicolas Cage's southern accent here is much better than Con Air. What do you think of that, guys? Did he overdo it in Con Air?
Which one you get?
I don't know. Nathan Jr., I think.
Give me here.
There's the instructions.
The instructions.
They had more than they could handle.
Well, now, honey, we've been over this and over this. She's got 4 little babies, almost as good as this one.
Almost as good as this one.
I love him so much.
And this is what I mean by almost absurdist humor.
Look at here, young sportsman. That there's the kitchen area where Mom and Pa chow down. This here's the TV.
Yeah? Well, what did they expect of him? For him to just start talking, or... Aw.
What? Are you kidding? We got us a family here. No, hang on, honey. Let's just preserve the moment in pictures.
They're technically documenting their crime, which is funny.
Everything decent and normal from here on out.
Where's the puppy, honey?
He never agreed to that, by the way. Dude, is that... Yeah, it's John Goodman. He was in prison. He's escaping from prison. Oh, man. It's actually 2 of them. Forget your clothes. Fix your hair first.
Merry Christmas. Gail and Evels, no.
Oh, they're brothers.
Busted out of jail.
No, ma'am. We released ourselves on our own recognizance.
You just can't stay.
Say, who wears the pants around here, H.I.?
Going straight for the ball.
They still here?
Yeah. That night I had a dream. He was horrible. He could turn the day into night. He was especially hard on the little things, the helpless and the gentle creatures. But I feared that I myself had unleashed him.
I actually like the camera work here.
Mr. Arizona, which tot was abducted?
Nathan Jr., I think.
Do you have anything to say to the kidnapper?
Nathan Jr., I think. You're the dad.
Still business as usual at Unpainted Arizona. If you can find lower prices anywhere,
My name
still ain't Nathan Arizona.
Always the businessman. Biker is a real person.
Where's that baby? Where's he at?
Oh man, it's Francis McDormand.
One this instant.
Yeah, well, what if the baby gets sick, honey?
Even if he don't get sick, he's got to have his dip tat.
He's got to have his dip tat, honey.
I think Hi is getting a little overwhelmed with the responsibility.
You probably got the life insurance all squared away.
Have we done that yet, honey?
Dude, you guys got the baby like 48 hours ago.
She thinks you're cute. Yeah, I'm crapping you negative, and I could say the same thing about Ed.
Does he want to swing?
I'm talking about L'Amour. I'm talking to me and daughter swingers, as in to swing. I'm talking. I was only trying to help.
By offering to screw his wife?
You're crazy, man. Keep your goddamn hands off my wife.
He's your foreman. He's just gonna fire you now.
Oh no.
And where does that leave the 3 of us? Where does that leave our entire family unit?
Nathan needs some Huggies. I've been taking these Huggies and whatever cash you got.
No.
The pressure got to him.
That son bitch.
It's not like she's surprised. It's almost like watching a cartoon.
Son, you got a panty on your head.
You drive fast, eh?
There's so much visual humor here. She keeps saying the same thing over and over again. Yeah, it's kind of like one of the old Warner Brothers or Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
You know, honey, I'm okay, you're okay.
Dear and Honey, even though they're arguing. And the brothers trashed their place, literally.
You two are leaving tomorrow morning.
Except for the last Friday of every financial quarter, there's more cash in that bank than there are flies at a barbecue.
Now, we need someone handy with a scatter gun to cover them hay seeds.
Oh man, he's going to try and rob a bank.
And we keep going until we can retire. Or we get caught.
I love how casually he said, or we get caught.
Tonight as you and Nathan slumber, my heart is filled with anguish.
Man, he's actually going for it. 25 grand.
But the events of the last day have showed I will love you always.
I mean, who is this dude though? Seems like a cross of Ghost Rider and Mad Max.
I'm a tracker. Some say part hound dog.
Dude.
The people that took him.
I think you're the one that took Nathan Jr. I think I'm on the phone to the cops right now.
Dude, he's gone.
All right, first off, you're fired, and that's official.
I kind of figured that.
It's Nathan Jr. You stay away from me.
I wonder if the brothers heard that.
I was just gonna turn you in for the reward, but Dot, she wants to have something to cuddle. So I guess we'll be calling the baby Glenn Jr.
Oh, they want the baby. Even though they have like 5 or 7 of them.
Dot'll be around tomorrow to pick him up.
You know what's going on? It's just business. Let's go hard or easy, H.I.
Almost every single Coen Brothers movie, they have a MacGuffin. In Fargo and Big Lebowski, it was the money. And in this one, it's the baby.
We'll get him back. That's just all there is to it. Hey, you want to know another thing? I'm going to be a better person from here on out. Let's go get Nathan Jr.
I just want Nathan Jr. back safe.
I know that.
If we don't get him back safe, I don't want to go on living. We don't deserve Nathan Jr. any more than those jailbirds do.
You're not that bad.
If I'm as bad as you, what good are we to each other? You and me is just a fool's paradise.
Oh, man.
Hurry up, you dang hayseed.
All right.
God damn it! You never leave a man behind!
I didn't leave him behind.
Not only did they forget the baby, they can't see anything anymore. Oh man, this baby probably fell off the car twice.
What is he?
It's from his dream.
Give me that baby, you warthog from hell!
All the weapons in this movie, they're non-lethal. Oh no! He's going for the grenade! Oh man, that was satisfying. Oh man, they're returning him.
What the hell's going on?
Could I just look at him a little bit more?
Ah, he finally gets it.
You took him, didn't you?
And I think he understands why.
I just wanted to be a mama.
It wasn't for money or nothing.
Just tell me why you did it.
Can't have one of our own.
Her point is that we're both kind of selfish and unrealistic. So we ain't too good for each other.
Before you go off and do another foolish thing like busting up, I suggest you sleep on it.
That's also solid advice.
I dreamt that Gail Neville had decided to return to prison.
He's having a positive dream. Finally.
Further into the future than I'd ever dreamed before. And all their grandchildren, too.
Oh.
Was I just fleeing reality like I know I'm liable to do?
You finally have hope.
And all children are happy and beloved.
I like that they're not showing their faces. It is one of the possibilities.
Maybe it was Utah.
Oh man, I really enjoyed this movie, guys. Oh. Yeah. This just proved to me that the Coen Brothers, they have a template for a movie with a MacGuffin and several parties. Like I mentioned before, I really enjoyed this, guys. I don't know whether it's considered a classic now, but I think eventually it will be. Okay, I took a little time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was a great movie. It felt weirdly intimate and personal, with the stakes of the film feeling small, but not in a bad way. The Coen Brothers, they did a fantastic job with the script and directing here. Honestly, the writing itself was just so tight. I felt like it had almost all the hallmarks of their later productions. It felt distinctive. There's no other way to put this. It felt like a Coen Brothers production. The other strengths of the movie were the absurdist humor, the performances from the leads, the cinematography, the score, and the great use of the tiny budget. As it didn't feel like they had a small budget despite the small cast and scale. That's a testament to how well they utilized it. Although the pacing, it felt excellent. At 90 minutes, the film felt a little short. Most of the characters were so well written that I probably liked it if some of the secondary characters like the Outlaw Brothers or Mr. Arizona himself got a little more screen time, if that makes any sense. That's my only negative here. Let's start with the writing and directing by the Coen Brothers. Like I just said, the brothers have a template where there's a MacGuffin and there are several parties in the movie trying to get at the MacGuffin. It's true for No Country for Old Men, The Big Lebowski, Fargo. Their films feel so close to reality, but not quite. And this was no different. I wonder whether there's a Coen Brothers movie that doesn't follow this formula. I'd love to see it. Do let me know in the comments. Anyways, the film's pacing was impeccable. Even though some of the characters, I feel like they could have been fleshed out a little more. I don't think they gave the audience any time to breathe, and that's a good thing. It's constant stimulation, both auditory and visual. That's something I admire from the brothers. Not all the directors can pull this off. Some directors, they pace the movies too slow and you get bored, and some of them it's just too much where you kind of lose attention in a different way. Anyways, their films, they always keep your mind busy in a good way. There is no downtime, even for a second to contemplate, as something crazy is always happening in the next scene. There's so much humor in the movie, which I kind of expected being a Coen Brothers production, but little details like the Huggies diapers, the cigarettes, and the free M&Ms that the brothers were eating at Ed's house, at Hi and Ed's house, really brought this script to life. The brothers' character work in this movie was also superb. Every single character not only had a purpose, but had their own story arc. I particularly liked the Outlaw Brothers. One of them was played by John Goodman. I don't believe I recognized the other actor. I felt like those two characters were the most genuine people in the entire movie. Both of them never for a second pretended to be someone they're not. They were criminals through and through. Dumb criminals, but you get my point. The leads here, Hi and Ed, played by Nick Cage and Holly Hunter, were fantastic. Both their characters and their performances were top-notch, especially Cage, who plays a madman or a crazed person so well. His crazy eyes look, oh man, good stuff. Even the smaller characters like Hi's boss or Mr. Arizona himself, they were compelling characters with their own motivations. Again, a testament to excellent writing. The biker character, Leonard Smalls, he was very interesting to say the least. At first, he appeared in a dream. I didn't think he was real till he showed up at Mr. Arizona's office. This is an example of the trademarked absurdist tone of typical Coen Brothers movies. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Leonard Small's character was meant to represent High's demons, his internal demons. And once he was dead, High started to dream of a more positive future. Am I reading too much into this? Do let me know. The ending of the movie was weirdly emotional, with Mr. Arizona advising the couple to sleep on it before splitting up. That, coupled with the beautiful dream High has, leaves the audience with hope as the movie ends. Good stuff. Moving on to the cinematography, the production end in general, which was very creative, especially in the cinematography department, with fast shots, intimate moments, and a lot of Dutch angles to keep the story flowing at a very fast pace while keeping the audience on their toes. It's a fine line. It's not like the movie had a huge budget or a big cast or anything. It was just the fact that they utilized their money excellently. Even the editing here was pretty noteworthy, especially the fast cuts and the transitions to newer scenes. Finally, the score of the movie was also great. It started off mostly fast country music with upbeat sounds, but it ended with ethereal, almost inspirational and hopeful music. The non-diegetic sounds and the Foley work in the movie were also great, mostly because a lot of the sounds felt intentionally unrealistic, if that makes any sense, like the gunshots or the explosions. By the way, none of the gunshots hit in the movie. I like that running gag. Anyways, great work in the production end. Like I mentioned before, I don't have any real criticisms here. I just wish the characters, especially the secondary characters, they were a little more fleshed out because they were so well written. But overall, Raising Arizona was a fantastic watch that held my full attention for the entire 90 minutes. Filled with absurdist humor and unexpected turns, this was a prototypical Coen Brothers film. With almost all the elements they are very well known for. The script and story, they were great. The acting from Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter were very memorable. The cinematography, despite the smaller budget, really shines here. It was creative. The music was memorable, and even the secondary characters, they were written to perfection. If this film isn't considered a classic today, it will be in the future. I highly recommend this movie. Anyways, thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Considering a patron, subscribe to the channel, click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video, dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Bye.